name is Todd Burrows, and I'm here with Cherokee Hall from Justice League Films.
Hello.
And this is an episode of the Director's Chair. Yay! So, Cherokee, first question is, when did you first get started in film?
Actually, I wanted to be an actor for a long time, even back, since the Goonies came out. That's a long time ago. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's an incredible story, and the filmmaking aspect of it is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to Northern Kentucky University as a theater major and majored in acting, and eventually got talked into getting a real major by a girlfriend at the time, and that really worked out, let me tell you. But I fell off the way from acting for a while and discovered in 2004, I think it was, the short film Batman Dead End.
Mm-hmm.
And the other trailer, that's a fan film, Grayson, and just blew me away that people were doing things like that, and cameras that had changed so much even in that amount of time, that I wanted to finally just do all aspects of it. I wanted to write, direct, and produce. Not so much act them anymore, but kind of just wanted to stay behind the camera for the most part.
Mm-hmm. So what was the first film that you directed? Yeah, did you learn anything from it?
Oh, yeah. There's a contest, national contest called the 48-Hour Film Project. You have 48 hours to make a film from concept to completion. It has to be a 4 to 7 minute film, so it was a short film. And you draw your genre out of a hat,
mm-hmm.
and they give you a line of dialogue, a character, and a prop that you have to use, so it shows you can't film anything ahead of time. And that contest, once I read about it, I had to do it. There's no way around it. And that was the first film I did. It's called What's in the Box. You'll never see it. We do have copies of it, but they are under lock and key. What I learned from that was that I didn't know anything about filmmaking. But it was a great film school within the weekend. It was incredible. Working with people was a lot harder than I thought it would be. We had people who were very negative on set a lot, and actually end up quitting. But we learned a lot of positive things, like how we could cheat shots to make them look different, make one location look like 10 locations and stuff like that. It was a really, really good learning experience.
So your 48-hour film project, What's in the Box, is that the one that you wish you could like burn all the copies and everything? That's the one film you say you'll never see this alive.
Yeah, that one. No, you gotta roll with it. Nobody starts out like Orson Welles. I don't know how Orson Welles did it, but nobody starts out like that. Everybody makes crap their first film, their first however many films. It doesn't matter, as long as you learn something and you improve on it. Keep on going.
So you mentioned Orson Welles. Is he one of your influences?
Kinda, but I grew up more with Spielberg and the huge stories, and then in the 90s Tarantino blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
I became a real big fan of his, and now, I mean, who's the guy that did 300? Was that
not Snyder?
Because that's who I thought it was Snyder, but it's not him. It's well, that guy, he's a big influence. I like his stuff.
Not Rodriguez.
Actually, Rodriguez is a big influence as well. Zack Snyder kind of is. Don't hate me for that. But
I like Snyder. It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank God he's no Josh Trank, but
True. Well, first locally, my influences would be George Manilla. First of all, he's the one, like the godfather of us all. Got us all. If you haven't worked on a George Manilla film, you really can't consider yourself an indie filmmaker in Kentucky. I'm sorry.
George Manilla, I must say, is from ZP International. That's his company.
And Jerry Williams is a big influence on mine. I've never seen anybody do so much with so little talent.
And Jerry Williams from Gold
I'm just kidding about Jerry Williams.
Oh,
he has massive talent. I'm just busting his balls there. Some more influences would be the Bates Brothers. They're always I like their styles. I like Jacob Ennis, another one. big into it. When I got started, he was a big influence and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm. All right. What has been your most challenging film or scene to shoot?
Challenging film and scene both come from the same one. It's Mountain Mafia. We got a new camera and had never really used it before, and decided to test it out on a scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fight scene between the main character and another who's Casey Miracle, and another actor by the name of Eric Henninger. It's a fight scene outside, but I was the only one manning the camera. I screwed it up big time, and this was like an hour away. So then we came back, found out I screwed it up. We scheduled again, went back out there. I screwed it up again. That was the second time, and we're taking like an entire weekend to try and shoot this and everything. Twice I screwed it up, and then I have to call this actor a third time and say, "Hey, can I shoot this one more time? I'm so sorry." And to his credit, Eric was awesome about it. He every time was like, "Yeah, hey." I mean, the third time I called, he was like, "This is the last time," and I was like, "Hey, man, sure." And he was like, "I'm just kidding you, man. We'll get it done. We'll get it."
Okay, so you've written, you've directed, ran camera, as in several other aspects of filmmaking. Okay, so which aspect of it do you prefer to do most of it yourself?
Directing and writing. Yeah. Just like to be in charge on my sets and stuff like that. So, and if I write it, I know the vision I've got, but I don't mind doing things other people write, as long as we talk ahead of time, get the vision down, stuff like that. It's good.
Right. What makes a film great for you? Is there certain qualities that make a film better or worse, or what makes it say, okay, this is one of my favorites of all?
Gotcha. It would, for me, have to be the story. The story has to make sense. I've got to be on like a roller coaster ride. My favorite films of all time, like Rocky and Jaws, even, and Goodfellas, some of those like that. They had stories behind them and stuff like that. It's not. I don't care about camera angles. I don't care about funky lighting. I don't care about the. Well, this character is gray because he's moody. This character is red because he's always. That doesn't. To me, it's unnecessary. But it's other people's vision. It's not mine, so that's fine. But as long as you have a good story, I'll stick with it through the end, through the sequels, through the remakes, through the reboots, and everything.
Even if the reboots and the remakes have totally lost the story about
if it's a different story, still I don't care. If it's as long as it's another good story, I'm completely fine with it.
Okay. I know, because I admit sometimes I would watch a great film like Magnificent Seven. Then you see the sci-fi version of it, and then you go, okay, this makes little sense at all.
Yeah, right. No, and that does happen when they take it when they take a good story and repackage it and change genres or whatever like that, like the Seven Warriors or something like that. Like
Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai was the first one. Then like the Magnificent Seven was another good one. Then they came out with one called it's something like the Seven Warriors or something like that. It was like in the 80s where it was like a Schwarzenegger ripoff, but it wasn't Schwarzenegger or anything like that. It was almost trying to be Conan and tell that story, and it just didn't work.
Okay. All right. You mentioned Schwarzenegger, so this question then: if you cast anyone in your next film, who would it be and why?
Anybody. It would probably be, honestly, Clint Eastwood. Believe it or not, I think he is.
As long as there's no empty chair to talk against.
Yes, I think he's still got it. And time's running out for him. So if he wants to work with me, you can call.
All right. Do you ever find yourself acting in real life situations?
Oh my God, all the time. I just got hired on at a job in Lexington as my 9-to-5-er that they don't have any written process of what to do in my position. So every day I'm acting on like what I've done, what I need to do. I'm really flying just by the seat of my pants there. So,
all right. So you have to be angry for a scene. What do you do to think about? I mean, what gets you angry for a set?
I'm not a method actor. I can pull that emotion out of a hat,
Mhm.
especially anger. Anger is probably the easiest one. Sad and melancholy is a little bit different. But
Don't think of dead puppies or
no, no, I don't have to do that.
bring a tear to your eye.
Nope, not a method actor. When I do act, I can just it may not be the best, of course. Maybe method acting is the way to go, but for me, I never had to do that. I could always just rely on my emotions coming out in acting.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we talked about who you could cast for a film, but if you could be in a remake for a film, what would you like to be in?
Ooh, good question. A remake of a film. If it was a good quality, not just one that everybody gets mad at, I would probably say Jaws, or even The Goonies. I could play Chunk in The Goonies.
I think that needs a sequel, not a remake.
Yes, exactly.
Like the Monster Squad. I want to see what happens next, not to retell the story.
Right.
It's too good. So you said Clint Eastwood. Is he your favorite actor? And who's your favorite actress?
I don't necessarily have a favorite. I like a lot of them for different reasons. Like the current Captain America is kicking butt as Captain America, and Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man and stuff like that. I love those guys in that roles.
Team Iron Man or Team Cap?
Always Team Cap. Always Team Cap. So, as far as actress goes, Jennifer Lawrence is really big right now. She's a Kentucky girl, so why not just stick with her?
All right. So, when you're not busy filming, writing, directing, what do you do for your downtime?
I have an 18-month-old son now. We're in the process of adopting him, and the adoption should be final July 22nd, hopefully. He is all of my downtime. When he goes to bed around 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and I have 3 or 4 more hours where I could do something. Oh no, I crash. I crash hard. That boy wears me out.
Do you have any future projects coming?
Yes, I have finishing up Crimson Creek. We've had some editing issues, but we're going to be back on track very soon. What's coming up next? We're going to do a series of a couple of shorts, just some comedic sketches, just for YouTube and stuff like that. And then we're going to start up with some web series, which will be serial in nature. Like one of them is going to be, most of them will be comedies and stuff like that. I don't want to say too much about them just yet because one of the ideas is pretty big but not been done yet. So if we can get in there and do it, we might be onto something.
All right. What advice do you have for any future filmmakers out there?
Finish your films. It doesn't matter if you think they look like crap, because they probably do. Beginners, but finish it. Your cast, your crew deserves that, and you're gonna make another one. Don't let it get down. Don't let it get to you. Show it and say, hey, this is the best we can do right now, but we've learned this, and we're gonna improve this. And do a series of short films. Just keep improving. Even if you improve 1% at a time, by the end of the year you could be 100 times better. So, finish your films.
All right. Well,
or Todd will get you.
Well, thank you very much, Cherokee, for being here on the director's chair.
Thank you for having me.
So, my name is Todd Burrows, signing off, and this is Cherokee Hall from Justice League Films. Check them out, and have a good night.